I am the father of a boy that was kidnapped to Japan nearly 2 years ago. In May 2007, I was granted primary custody of my son in the state of Washington. On Father's Day 2010, I dropped my son Mochi off to begin a week-long visit with my ex-wife, his mother. He was 6.5 years old. This is where the endless nightmare begins. 6 days later, I received a phone call that no parent wants to receive. It was the police. They informed me that my son and my ex-wife had been reported missing. But I knew immediately what had happened, and she had succeeded in what she had threatened to do. She had kidnapped our son to Japan. In that moment, my life was shattered. My days became consumed with dealing with local law enforcement, the U.S. Department of State, Japanese consular officials, and anything I could think of to find my little boy. And the harsh reality is that the government of Japan has never returned any of the 374 American children kidnapped off of U.S. soil since 1994. And the number Randy referred to, the 10,000 in Japan, those are numbers based on statistical analysis of American citizen children that have been cut off from their parent within the country of Japan. Now, how could this happen to my child? I did everything I could possibly to prevent this. There were travel restraints. There was a court order barring her from traveling outside of the state of Washington. Well, restraints are only effective when one chooses to abide by them. For someone intent on committing international parental child abduction, restraints offer true little power. Entering a child into the Prevent Departure program, combined with surrendering passports, can stop future abductions from happening. And as I understood, there were some concerns about additional costs of including preventative measures such as this. However, from my own personal experience, there were substantial public costs involved after my son was abducted. There were investigations involving 2 jurisdictions, multiple police officers and detectives, hours of phone calls between myself and them, volumes of paperwork, time spent by the prosecutor, criminal court costs, and additional family court time, which spanned over a 4-month period as a result of the kidnapping. Some people say to me that at least you know your child is safe and with his mother. Now, currently, I still don't know where my son is. He may be somewhere in Japan with her. That's where the plane went. But he's not safe. He's at risk from the earthquakes in Japan, from the ongoing nuclear radiation crisis, and to being subjected to parental alienation syndrome by his mother. She's willingly and intentionally abducted him to a foreign country with the intent of alienating me from him and him from everything he knows. If you imagine being a child and your mother steals you away to a foreign world and then tells you that your father does not want you anymore, or that he's dead. Your whole life is now built on a foundation of lies. This is not what a healthy, nurturing parent does. This is a form of ongoing child abuse. Now, every morning I wake up twice. The first time I rush out of bed and get prepared to get him ready for school, and I can hear his voice in my head, and I hear him say, "Daddy, can I have some toast and honey for breakfast?" And then my heart skips a beat. And then I really wake up and I realize he's still missing. And the ongoing nightmare continues. The last time I held his hand, the last time I heard his voice, was on Father's Day 2010. And I'm still spending every day trying to locate my son. I flew in this morning from Washington, D.C., where I met with 10 different congressional staff members from congressmen and women and senators on this particular issue. And I'm here today to ask you to save future families from this ordeal. Protect the children of California from being victims of international child abduction. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Again, our deepest sympathies